Good morning, everyone. Dr. Vicky here, speaking to you from the Seeds of Transformation Healing Center. Today is Wednesday, the 28th of May, and the moon is in Gemini still. We're still coming off that Gemini new moon that happened on Monday. Today we have the moon actually shifting into Cancer. That happens at, I believe it's 1:30 or 1:33 p.m. here on the east coast of the U.S. The last aspect the moon makes is a conjunction to Jupiter. Jupiter is at the end of Gemini. It spent about a year there, and on the 9th of June it will be moving into the sign of Cancer. And it's exalted in Cancer, so it's a better place for Jupiter. So that expansive generosity idea, the United States has Jupiter in Cancer, and the United States is probably the country that gives them or used to be the country that gave the most aid to folks. Of course, we were also the most prosperous country. And so when you do best, you need to be your best. I know what that sounds like, so just ignore that part, that it sounds like that. And instead, really, right now, we are stuck with somebody who thinks that if you bully people and if you're mean and if you're awful to people and children and other countries, especially countries who are barely hanging on, then that's strength and power, which is really just weakness and bullshit, right? But once Jupiter moves into Cancer, perhaps the United States will, and I think it is happening, coming around to a sense of who we truly are and what really matters. I do have faith. I am an optimist at heart. The interesting thing about the moon making a conjunction to Jupiter is this is the last time the moon will be conjoining Jupiter in Gemini, because Jupiter moves into Cancer on the 9th of June. So the next time the moon comes around, it'll be in Cancer, which is really nice because Jupiter is exalted in Cancer and the moon is ruled by Cancer. And so it's a little bit of a bomb. And we could all use we all need some nurturing. We all need some self-nurturing. I know it's true of me. My body has recently reminded me that if you don't take care of your vessel, then you can't really do what you want to do. You can't do your work, right? You can't do what you're here to do. And I think Jupiter in Cancer is going to help us all with that, honestly. There's also today a sextile. Oh, so once I will talk about that. But once the moon moves into Cancer, the first thing that happens is it makes squares to Neptune and Saturn. Those two planets are both newly in Aries, as we've spoken about in the past. And so when it may not feel like the moon moves into Cancer and you're like, the moon's in Cancer and everything, we're going to be taken care of, right? It's going to feel rather restrictive. But then as the day progresses and the moon comes off of those squares, because the moon moves pretty quick, things are going to open up for us, and we're going to feel that Cancer energy, which I know I need. So, and I'm sure many of you do as well. There's also today a sextile between Ceres and Pluto. Ceres and Pluto. Ceres is a minor planet. In fact, she was upgraded from an asteroid to a minor planet at the same time that Pluto was downgraded from a planet to a minor planet. Of course, nobody told Pluto he was a minor planet. He certainly doesn't act like a minor planet. But it's nice that we have a feminine archetype moving up the ladder. And Pluto and Ceres have an interesting relationship because Ceres was the goddess of agriculture. Oh, look at all these. How pretty. I haven't been up here in a couple of days. I frankly haven't had the energy to walk around. I mean, I could have walked around, of course. It's not that bad, but I didn't. Here's some more. And that's lamb's ear, I think. Is it lamb's ear? Could be. It's either lamb's ear or it might be mullein. I'm not sure. I don't see the stalk yet. It's probably mullein. Mullein is good for respiratory stuff. Because your yard will grow all the things you need if you just let it do what it's going to do, which, as you can see at this point, we're letting it do what it wants to do. Part of the reason for that is that I haven't been up to coming up here to mow. So, all right. So Pluto and Ceres have this interesting relationship. And they're making a sextile today. And so there is an opportunity for a conversation about the needs that people, what the people need. Ceres as a nurturing goddess, and Pluto as a powerful energy. And so this is a good day to discuss that. What are your needs? What are the needs of your community? What are the needs of your family? Get together with people and say, all right, what's going on here? What can we do? How can we work together? And the like. So, all right. Boy, look at that. Look how the rice plant has grown. Now, we do have to cut that rice. In fact, that's knotweed. And it's one of the remedies for Lyme disease, which is endemic in this area. So if you have it in your yard and you're in an area, well, Lyme disease is all over the place now. It kind of started on the East Coast. But so you see this stuff, don't let it take over, but leave a patch in your yard because it's just trying to help you. That's what I say to myself, but oh boy, this is going to be a lot of work. All right. That's what you have young, strapping young men to do for you, if you can find some strapping young men who are willing. All right, guys, have yourself a great day. It's a lovely day here today. It's not too hot. Hopefully it doesn't get too hot. I don't really like the hotness of stuff. Let's see what this path looks like. Probably can't walk down it right now. Yeah, it's a little bit too overgrown. But looks like Mikey's going to be pretty busy. Oh, look over here. Look what we have here. These are all peaches. This is a peach tree. Now, we didn't have much luck with this. I think that's a virus. Oops, sorry, that causes that. We had a lot of luck when we first got it. And then there's like a bug, like a sappy bug or something, that they get all gooey, then they fall off. So we're gonna have to put some maybe neem on it, or the chrysanthemum stuff. I think that'll help. These little white flowers, those are blackberries, in case you were wondering. All right, so have yourself a great day. I'll see you tomorrow. Take care of yourselves. That's what I'm gonna do today. I'm gonna take it very slow, nurture myself, a lot of self-care, and I have a promise of a massage today, so I'm pretty excited about that. All right, take care, everyone. Much love. Namaste.